My name is Cletus and I make a lot of food that I don't know if it's gonna be good. This is Cletus Does Cookin. Howdy fellas! Today we're back with some cooking, some real spectacular cooking. What I got in front of me, about 5-6 pounds of brisket. I got some sugar, got some salt, got some pickling spices, and we got some pink curing salt. We're making some pastrami. Let's get on with the video. We gotta start over there at the pot with some water. No. To start with the pastrami, you're gonna need a liquid in order to brine the pastrami. Turn this on. I like to turn it on to about 8.5. Wait for it to boil. We're gonna add some ingredients once it gets up to a boil, but for now, we just need to let this get up. All right, so what we got here, we just got our brisket right here, and we're, Filler! Howdy. We're here today. We're making some pastrami.
It's a creepy crane tom. Creepy cane tom.
Creepy cane tom, yeah. I don't think there's any crane there. But maybe, who knows?
Crane my neck, because I'm so creepy.
Exactly. And you know, creepy, they always talk about pastrami, but they never talk about present trami or future trami. But anyway, we're here. Right. We're making some pastrami, so we're gonna enjoy starting.
Pastrami is the most sensual of all the smoked cured meats.
All right, fellas, so the first thing you want to do is you want to trim up your brisket. You don't want any fat or silver skin when you're doing pastrami. Take our time while this water boils up. Here on the Cletus channel, ain't nothing presentable. Time lapse. You really want to be careful with pink curing salt, as that stuff can be dangerous if ingested too much of. Science on the Cletus channel, I know. We're getting to weird times in 2023. And Happy New Year, by the way, because I haven't made a fresh video since August last year. My bad. Also, pro tip, pay attention when you're cutting, because I just kind of cut myself. All right, so after cutting your finger, you're going to continue to cut the meat if you need to. I guess I can't show that cut on YouTube or else I'll get blown up. You know what? I think I'm good with this. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to place it in our little contraption here. And our little contraption happens just to be a little turkey roaster. So we're going to put our little turkey in there.
Gobble, gobble.
And it's perfect timing because our water is now coming up to a boil. So I'm going to discard this fat and we'll see you over there. Now that our water has come up to a boil, I got equal parts or half cup each of kosher salt and sugar. So we're just going to put those in there. And in there. I'm just gonna stir it up with a tiny whisk. Be careful not to burn yourself, it's hot water. And I'm just gonna make sure everything's all dissolved in there. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna turn it off and I'm gonna let it cool. Well, we're gonna come back to this when it is cooled down a little bit more. It's cooled down quite a bit ever since we last had the camera on. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add my pickling spices, about a quarter cup, maybe a bit more. I still stir those in, but we're also gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of pink curing salt. And at this point of the cooking process, your house should be smelling quite fragrant in your pickling spice. That's all the ingredients you're gonna need for this part of the recipe. Now that you're at the stage of the pastrami making, all you gotta do is add your pastrami pickling liquid, or brining liquid I should say. You're just gonna slowly add it in there. Now it needs to be submerged in the liquid. There we go. I'm just gonna flip this once again. Oh, come on. And I'm also gonna spill a bunch on me. That step's not quite necessary. Now all we gotta do is let this rest for about 5 to 6 days. So this is what our brisket looks like now. All the spices around it. Oh yeah, get in there. We're gonna come back to this in about 5 to 6 days. Oh, sorry, I forgot our famous line here. Stay tuned.
5 days later, fellers.
Howdy, fellers. Let's come on and take a peek and see how it looks.
Alrighty, fellers. We're looking like pretty good. See, now it is quite a different color. Quite gray. Honestly, it looks gross.
There's a creepy Tom over there.
Let's go on and take this to the next step.
And for this next, all we're really gonna do, we're going to take this out of its little bath here. All we're gonna do, we're gonna pour all this. Now all it's gonna do is rinse off in just some fresh cold water. So now, fellas, now that you have successfully dumped your liquid and you haven't made a complete mess of your parents' kitchen, what you're going to do is you're just going to put this freshly brined pastrami here. You're just going to put it in some cold water. And now what this is going to do, it's going to allow most of the saltiness to get out of here, so you're gonna just have a more pleasant bite. And again, you want this fully submerged, so I'm just gonna actually have to add a bit more water here. Now that you have submerged your brisket there with all the water, all you need to do is cover it, leave it like this for minimum an hour, max 2 hours. We're just gonna put this back in the fridge and we're gonna go to the next step of this process here. Now, feathers, all you need to do, you just need to get a simple rub. It contains 5 ingredients, shouldn't take too long to make. First thing we're gonna start off with is 4 tablespoons of coarse ground black pepper. I'd say about 1 tablespoon and 1.5 teaspoons worth of ground coriander, 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, another 2 teaspoons of some garlic powder, and finally, just around under a 1/4 cup of pickling spices. Now just mix this up. Here is our little pastrami rub here. Now that we have our brisket there in our brine and we have our spice rub made, all we're really doing is waiting for another hour and 20 minutes. So we'll see you then. After some time for it to rest, it is extremely gray now. We're just gonna take this out of the water. Now we're just gonna pat this dry with some paper towel here just to get all the moisture out from on the outside of this brisket. I think it's looking pretty good right now. Now that it's been pat dry, we're gonna put our spice mixture right on top of it, and we're looking for a very crumbly crust. Just do it on all sides. As you can see here, I have got a fully covered pastrami here. Now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna let it rest in the fridge overnight, and then we'll see you at the smoker. I'm realizing I haven't introduced Coda in a long time. It's been a few years since we got him. Here's your daily dose of Coda. All right, we're back, feathers. And now that it's had a whole night to rest, it's looking a little bit nicer. And it's also, woo, smelling very good. I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. But now all we gotta do, because this is all ready to go, all we gotta do is start up the smoker, and we're gonna start that right now. Come outside. Alrighty, fellas, I've placed some Louisiana Grills competition blend pellets in here. We just got to set it up to 225 Fahrenheit. Just a couple buttons and now it's ready to go. It's going to take a little while to start up because it's still a bit chilly now in April, but we got a Traeger, freshly cleaned Traeger, by the way. Yeah, we're just going to let this get up to 225 Fahrenheit and then we'll be able to put the pastrami on there. Alrighty, fellas, we are back. The Traeger has been preheated. Now what we gotta do, slide that on there. And we're just gonna leave this on here for 4 to 6 hours or until it reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Howdy there, creepy. Hey. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, Cletus, what am I supposed to do for 4 to 6 hours while I wait for this pastrami to cook? Well, you could do something like this. I think that's fine for 4 to 6 hours. Alrighty, fellas, it has been about 6 hours since I've last seen y'all. We're gonna check this out. Woo, woo, woo. We're gonna take our pastrami here. We're gonna take it off the grill, and we're gonna put this on our butcher paper. Alrighty, now that we got it inside, we have our oven preheated to about 250 Fahrenheit, and we're just gonna wrap this up really tight. There we go. I'm just gonna leave it in like this, and we're just gonna pop it in the oven at 250 Fahrenheit. It's been about 2 hours since this has gone in the oven, so let's take a peek. Pro tip, once it comes out of the oven, it's hot. Well, it smells great. Let's take a slice into it. Oh, I can tell it did good. Nice and red, because that cure did its job. Look at that. There we go. That cure has sure done its job. It is some of the most spectacular looking meat I have ever made on this, well, this first bit of meat I've made on this channel. I think it's time we take a little taste test of this burnt end here. Oh, see, that just looks delicious. Wow, nice and spicy, not salty. I was worried that it was gonna be super duper salty. Tender. Fellers, I think that's quite a big success. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what you want to see next on the smoker, and tell me if you try out this recipe. I'll be interested to hear what you think about it. It's been Cletus, and you better have a good day, boy.